So we're here with the Cook family this afternoon at this beautiful set of yards at Rob and Sarah's place. But as a family unit, you've been involved in this industry for a really long time, 4 generations, I believe. Give us a bit of a background on why you do what you do and why you've chosen to do things this way.
Yeah, well, given that we built yards next to where we pulled down old yards, we tried to use as much of the old infrastructure as we could, which is the holding paddock, and we modified the wing to bring them over to these yards, obviously. And we've put the bulk of the yards outside the line of sight for the cattle. So by the time the lead cattle are coming into the yards, they've already started working their way around the wagon wheel while we're bringing the tail into the yard. So they think they're going somewhere. They're not. They can't look up and see, the lead blocked up at a gate, so everything stops. We try not to have our loading ramps facing east and west, mainly for glare off trucks and things like that. Of an afternoon, if you had a loading ramp facing east and you're trying to load cattle, you're going to get the glare off, side mirrors or whatever it might be off the truck with cattle trying to run up a race and up a loading ramp. And so we've got our loading ramp facing south, and we've also got it set up off our race prior to our crush and draft, so that if we just want to load cattle, we can. We don't need the crush in place. And one of the big things we learned as kids, with Dad yard building and being a cattleman himself, understanding how cattle would flow through yards and things like that is gate sizes. I remember Dad's always harping on about, why would you build a pound where you're only going to let 1 or 2 animals into the pound, but then have a 10-foot gate to have to swing it open. You're taking up half your round yard to open the gate. You're squeezing the animals against the outside of the round yard before they come around the gate. It's a bigger gate, it's dangerous, it's hard for people to handle. Whereas if you're only letting them through 1 or 2 at a time, why not have a gate to accommodate 1 or 2 head? So that was one of probably my earliest memories of why you should do things in yards. Some people don't, and good luck to them, But I know, working through a lot of different stations in the territory in Western Australia, that you build your gate to what its purpose is, not necessarily a big gate, where it doesn't need to be needed.
And people seem to build their yards for what they think looks pretty and what they think looks nice, but you don't build yards for yourself. You build them for your cattle, and you build them so that cattle will run through them. Mm. Every little design that may look silly from the outside is there for a reason, so that cattle run freely, and less stress means more weight, which is the ultimate goal.
That's right. I think you've got to look at it from a animal's point of view and not a human's point of view, for sure, because there's a big difference.